We're not dealing with legal authorities or rational conduct. If we were, it wouldn't be necessary to repeat that Greg Carl wrote the persona is subjected to successive degradations of the X motive. Subjected is the key word. They used the neuroplasm to make me traumaconic as a child and trafficked me. They called it the walrus. And self-satire of the pornographic genocide, they announced Eurasian fundamentalism, that the kooks of Hamas and Fetterman were going to work together to better the human race by promoting fundamentalism. And their champion is no less is Mick Jagger. So you get the idea of how the roles are played in the Donald Trump magic show. I have pointed out in the past that batshit crazy went around before bat feces was named as the source of COVID. That I was given a drawing that said tulip, and I will miss my Mac, which is like tulip was a revolution in Eurasia. It was a tulip revolution, and it's like Trump and Putin if you look at the lettering. And then these people started coming, repeated images of this, because when Sound Mental Health took me out on a barbecue weekend camping trip, they poisoned me in the mouth and a big abscess came up on my lips. So one of the things you have to understand about Gaza is that many of the people, the intellectuals of Gaza's vanguard, were actually in on what Yoko Ono was doing. They were in on I call them sandbaggers. They've got, I have absolutely no idea why they would abandon themselves to being exterminated. I mean, they obviously don't like what is being done to them. But the people who blended in with Foucault, who was meeting with the Ayatollah, were martyrs. Eisenstadt called himself a bad martyr. That was the name of his band. So Strub was a bad martyr, and you have the cheat sheet pulling a Houdini and leading the lemons down Martyrdom Street. And Penis Gabriel was this macabre freak show, one-man multiplicity mind that just puts on ripper hats and changes identities faster than a chameleon changes its skin color. And he's honorary the swastika bearing the black man of the sacred African ancestors, who's going to save the Congo by ripper murdering bystanders in Capitol Hill, Seattle. And it makes sense to all of these people. They came up with the word geriatricide shortly before COVID. Ruth left the scene, so we were ruthless. They came up with catastrophizing. They came up with batshit crazy, geriatricide, catastrophizing, ruthless. There was something else too. And they gave me all of these notes. Wuhan. They had a Wuhan Tea Party right before COVID. And they had this dude prancing around campus with his hand, as though his hands were tied over his head, lurching this way and that way, lunging and seizing like Thaw's Gordon on a bender. One of his pals, AC. And it's ripper hat stuff. It's Ripper Hat. It comes from Carnegie Mellon University's drama club. Oh, they say they're carrying a grudge for their daughters who served their old Navy pimps by seducing the Gorman. It's drama club stuff. The persona is subjected to successive degradations of the X motive. Every one of those women was criminal. They were involved in pornographic genocide. And you couldn't get anywhere with them because it was all endorsed by Penis McCartney. He calls himself Sir Paul McCartney. What's the qualifications for being knighted when you say, we know how to pronounce the word sex? Sex is the essentialism of sex. Is the path to security. And Foucault gets together with the Ayatollah, and they're doing like this here. And Ayatollah was a bad martyr. He took HIV voluntarily. And Tern had the whole thing plotted to a war game that was dreamed up by John Lennon called Two Virgins Pussy Ball. So 6 people having 6 lovers each and none of them having children is going to overpopulate the planet with immoral people. But 2 couples having 20 children is going to populate the beneficial effluvium with sacredity. And you don't have a single politician because they were all in the clockwork of the mastermind. Remember that Hakeem Jeffries? He was a laugh. And by the way, he was one of the prophets. He was talking about crush the anti-Semites, crush them, crush the anti-Semites, before Gaza literally buried its toddlers on the rubble. And he fills you with hope because he's the man of civil rights who can really shake a congressional fist at turn. And what is he? Man, when you catch his profile, he's like a dacoit from Fu Manchu on the subject of Gaza. None of these people can talk anything but tongues about the public school system, about how we're supposed to have a civilization when just a handful of people have all of the capital. And they have this magic show called The Walrus. They always made fun of me as a Van Gogh. They say, oh, you cut off your own ear, queer bait. And Tern's magic show is The Walrus. I put it in my Twitter account today, they were clocking my writing. And they were saying, you shall not ever have a penny. You shall not have a penny because you were pimped by the black man. And the black man is super mad that you were pimped by him. And they say the letter arrives by Crow, and then Admiral Crow shoots down the Iranian. That was the top lead sentence of one of my Pit News Ritual Sun articles. And you're like a call and response, as they call it, a claim. But secretly, in top secret heaven of the leapfrog oligarchy, Foucault was doing like this here and that there, smoochy with the Khomeini in the lead up to the weapons of mass destruction, figments of the imagination, pigments of the mainstream media that announced cause, a line in the sand, because virginity proves rape. This is what you get from Penis Gabriel and George Bush in their spinner beanies. And Cornel West was like, if you wash your hands, I'll be offended because the biological linkage. And then the next thing you know, and it is batshit crazy. They're doing another batshit number on kicking the grannies off. They get to pick and choose who's fit to live. And nobody can do anything about their genocides. They're all like, let's play genocide for Pink Floyd's and Yoko Ono. Because they are a higher order of human beings. They are special people. And you don't pay Queerball for his work. No. The only payment Queerball's going to get for his work is Parkinson's. Because we're mad. Why are we mad? Because we pimped him and bleed his brains in as a child. And he's an ingrate about it. Don't you understand? We can't have these ingrates.